We saw a week commence in the 21st of April forecast could see you focused a lot on money. Because of the sun's arrival in the sign of Taurus, that's very much about being more conscious of the ins and outgoings in our situation. But because your ruler, Mars, is in quite a feisty right angle with the Sun for the whole of this week, and including the new moon, which occurs at the end of the week, you could also potentially find yourself a little bit more impetuous when it comes to splashing out on something that you find very hard to resist. That could even be someone you find very hard to resist, because Mars in your sister fire sign of Leo is certainly going to ignite your desire to have a good time, particularly through to the middle of June. And Mars is also forging a great link with Mercury in your sign right at the start of this week. So if you wanted to initiate a new plan, the thrust to do so can be very strong. What could possibly go wrong? Well, it's just that something to do with your psyche, perhaps an old situation or relationship, could create a little bit of inhibition, which stops you from really going for it in the bold way that you're known for. On the other hand, you may encounter or become much more conscious that someone you're quite friendly with actually has a very different worldview to you. And whilst up to now you may have thought it's okay if people see things a little differently, if there's something you're very invested in or very attached to and they just don't get where you're coming from, the potential for a weak relationship to actually come to a close is extraordinarily strong this week, I feel. That said, if you do want to initiate something and check out an investment or so on, just be conscious of the role of Pluto. Pluto's in the part of your chart to do with the long-term plan, and therefore if you are thinking about doing something this week that requires almost a very quick and binding decision, it might not necessarily be the best thing for you if you rush that. So if there's something that you're contemplating that does require a lot of thought, don't get caught up in the urgency and, quite frankly, the impatience of your ruler squaring off to the position of the Sun and the new moon, but also opposing Pluto, because if you do rush something, it might be that you haven't quite seen a detail or don't know an important piece of information that potentially could be being withheld from you. So it's important to be very positive. You can be very positive, but if you are feeling in the mood to really splash out, I would just proceed with a little bit more of caution. Please check out my new website at www.patrickarundell.com. I now have daily, weekly and monthly love horoscopes back on the site. I'm sure you'll enjoy those, as well as all the other goodies. You can also sign up for your free daily written horoscope fired to your device each morning. Please see the link below for more.